Hi there everybody, it's me, your friendly Dracula's daughter. Come to darken your YouTube viewing again as per usual. Look at the bloody state of, honestly, definitely been dragged through the hedge backwards today. My hair looked so lovely this morning when I woke up, and look at it now. But anyways, I hope you're all okay. I hope you recovered from the New Year's shindigs and shenanigans and whatever. I've got my hair done like this to hide the face. Look at that, hide the face, I think. Do you know what I mean? So I bet you some people are looking, oh, is that her from that shampoo advert? And is a co-host of a dancing show on BBC One. God, hasn't she let herself go? But anyway, no, it's not her. They're Claudia. It's not Claudia, it's me, Dracula's daughter. But anyway, so like I said, hope you're all okay. Excuse the crunching in the background. That's Simba eating his chicken because they're all fed, and the cat has got no teeth and he's there trying to gnaw on the chicken bone over there, bless him. But I'm keeping an eye on him. Well, he's on a bit of chicken skin, so he's just licking away at the chicken. But bless his heart. But anyway, so yes, I keep saying hope you're all okay. Today's video, Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year. New Year, new you, all that palaver. Which we all say in the first week or so in January. And of course, you know, so the new year, we think, all right, this is what I'm going to do now, that's what I'm going to do now. But like I said in my last video, within the first 6 weeks, between 90 and 98% of people fail their resolutions. And the reason being is because of all the good intentions at the very, very beginning of the year. And I personally think the only way to go and do something, if you're going to change something, you just do it there and then. Instead of say, all right, I'm going to wait until Monday, I'm going to wait until I get paid. Do it now. If you're thinking about it, do it straight away. Like I did with my keto diet, low carb, high fat diet. I've lost a lot of weight on it. But over the last couple of weeks, which I haven't been telling people, I've not been telling people, and especially the last few days, up until yesterday, every time I went to Asda, they had, sorry, it's just crunching on a piece of chicken over there. Asda had 12 mini mince pies, luxury mince pies for £1, and all their flavoured double creams were cheap and everything like that. Yesterday I went in there and they had pink gin double cream, which extra thick double cream, which was absolutely gorgeous, but way above my carb limit and whatever. But I got that, and I got some crumble mince pies, crumble top mince pies, which were really nice. I quite enjoyed it. I shouldn't say that, but there you go. But I did enjoy. And some small Christmas cakes that I had for £1 each. So I had those as well. So, oh gosh, sorry. And shocked you there, didn't I? So I had those as well, and and I really enjoyed them. I'll be paying for it the next couple of days in agony because all the wheat and everything like that, and the sugars, they act like well, they basically give you information of bodies. So I'll be more agony in the next couple of weeks than I usually am, next few days than I usually am. But hey ho, just one of those things. But anyway, so today I want to talk about how others perceive a trans woman. And the reason why I'm doing this is, excuse me, I've got to wipe my nose. Excuse me. The reason why I'm doing this is the fact that I was on Twitter, that bluebird thingy, a few days ago, and one of the comedians I enjoy watching and listening to is Dara O'Brien, or Dara O'Brien, which I think is a clever man, highly intelligent, and quite funny. But of course, it always will be Stephen Fry, #1 for all that, because his acerbic wit and everything. So he's brilliant. But and somebody had written saying, at Dara O'Brien, I love your mock the week, but stick to that because your stand-up comedy is shite, basically. Don't give up your day job. And which I thought was quite rude. And Dara answered, going, you know, how very rude of you to say that. You know, so thousands and thousands of people love my stand-up, my stand-up. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to sell the tickets, blah, 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 and whatever like that. And this person, and I'm saying this person, I'll explain that in a minute, got back to Dara and said, don't get on your high horse, is just my opinion and freedom of speech. Now, that's number one, freedom of speech. Right, freedom of speech is all well and good until you start spouting off rudeness and telling people what to do. That is not freedom of speech. That is number one, bullying, and number two, being downright rude. And this person was being very, very rude. So I commented and said, so I've seen him live, I've seen him, I've seen him on TV, whatever, and he is really funny, and he's very intelligent with everything that he says, and everybody else goes, yeah, whatever, like that. But this person got back, and I turned around and said jokingly, perhaps Dara's too intelligent for this person, blah blah blah, whatever, like that, and just goes over her head maybe. And she went, oh no, Dolly, 4 degrees. Well, they said, I'm saying she, but I'll get to it. Oh no, Dolly, 4 degrees. And you look like you're losing your hair. I'd go and see somebody about it. I'd go and see a doctor about that. And I look more of a woman than you do, and I'm half man. So, and I'm thinking, oh, okay. So my answer was, I'm not losing my hair, and those degrees are wasted on you if so if you're luring yourself to telling people off and calling people names. But anyway, so I checked on her profile and it was a trans woman named Alex, and they said on there, and I'm using the word they, said on there that that they transitioned, had the surgery, and they were happy for 5 minutes afterwards. But now they want to turn back to be male and have a male appendage, and apparently they're going to have it in 2021. And it's the worst thing they ever did, blah blah blah, and no one should go through it basically. Unless it is a medical issue. And of course it is a medical issue. Of course it is. But this person seems to think now that because they've gone through it and it's not worked for them, it's not going to work for the majority of other people. But I can tell you, and I said to them, and I said this to them, don't take it out on other people if you're not happy. It's not our problem. It's not our fault that you didn't find happiness going through that surgery, and it's exactly the same with anything and anyone. It's not our fault. It's same as if you're angry at somebody else all the time, or angry at the world at large. It's not the world's fault that something hasn't worked out for you. It's nobody else's fault that hasn't worked out for you. It's your own fault for not giving it a chance or giving it the time it needs. Whatever. So basically, they've had the surgery and they thought it was going to be all hearts and flowers and little birdies singing around your head and everything like that, and it transpired that it's not like that at all, and it never will be unless you work at it before your surgery and go that way. Otherwise it just will not work. And I keep saying this surgery is not a magic pill, it's not a cure-all, it basically makes you feel, shall I say the word more equipped, or in some cases less equipped maybe, more equipped to deal with the world at large, because mind and body are in sync, as it were. And this person basically didn't think that was the case for them, even though they went through the whole rigmarole of all the hoops we have to jump. And I must say this, that people like that, apart from the militant ones, are the ones that give the trans community a bad name, because even though they go through everything that I've been through, i.e. psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors, surgeons and everything, and you have up until the second they wheel you into that surgery, into that operating theatre, to say no. up until that second. No one holds the gun to you. If you're not feeling comfortable with it, up until that second, don't go through with it. I had no bit of nerve. I didn't cry. I didn't nothing. It was just we'll be in, get it over and done with. And I was working up in first and the only surgery I've ever had. So this person is on Twitter, tweeting away about how horrible life is and blah blah blah, how horrible these things are, and it is a mental illness. You know, so being trans is a mental health issue, blah blah blah, whatever like that, and of course now, it has been said that it has been proven that it's not a mental health issue. It is mental health issues happen because you're trans, and being trans is something completely different. I don't understand it, but it's all genetic with most of us anyway. Hasn't panned out properly and everything. So, but anyway, so yes, so this person, very very rude, very acerbic, very very full of anger, full of hate, because things didn't work out for her or them. I suppose they wouldn't like to be called she or her because of what they are going through. I don't know why they're waiting until 2021 to have the surgery reversed. Why not have it done now if you want to have it done? If you've got the money, get it done. Plus, why, you know, if that is the case, why is your profile picture portrayed you as a female? With black hair, makeup, big boobs and everything. Apparently they want to go back to being male and be a cross-dresser over the weekends and stuff. And if that's the case, then they shouldn't have gone through the whole surgery, should they? They should just stuck with who they were in the beginning. And if they went through the NHS, that's a waste of money, if she feels like that now. And if she paid for herself, it's still a waste of money for her. But it was definitely a waste of money for the NHS, because when I had my surgery done, surgery itself, I'm not talking about all the other things I had to do before surgery and post-surgery, but surgery itself cost the NHS 12 grand. And it is a hell of a lot of money. And for someone to turn around and say, oh, I was happy for 5 minutes, but I'm not happy anymore. That is just basically a kick in the face for the NHS, and that money could have gone to somebody else who was more well equipped to deal with post surgery and oh bless you, you know. But hey ho, those are the things that happened, and it's naughty. It is very naughty. If you're not happy with anything, why go ahead with it? And this is the second person I have actually met that are not happy with the surgery. The first one was, she kept saying, well, they kept saying, I keep saying she because up until 3 years ago, they still portrayed as female, dressed as a female and everything. But my apologies if I do slip back into the pronoun she or her for both of them. But this other one was in a magazine, one of those take a break or let's chat or whatever you call or whatever, was on there, and basically she said that she was forced to have the surgery, and I just freaked out totally because there's no way anyone would have forced her to have surgery. Apparently she went to a GP and said this, and the GP turned around and said, oh, you're trans, blah, blah, we'll go through all this and whatever, and she had the surgery and whatnot. But like I said, and she apparently she felt that she couldn't back out. You can back out at any moment. You can back out at any second. Literally up until you go to surgery, you can turn around and say, no, thank you. And then that's the end of it. Then you just revert back to who you were beforehand. No one's holding a gun to your head. No one is making you have the surgery. In fact, if anything, through my journey, they do try to dissuade you from having the surgery because there is such a drastic life-changing thing, and it is life-changing. And life around you doesn't change. Everything's exactly the same around you, honestly, even after surgery, before surgery, even after surgery. But it's your attitude, it's your way of thinking, it's your way of seeing things and dealing with stuff. That's what changes, because you don't have that battle with your body every second of every day. And that's why it took me 10 months to realise I've actually had the surgery, and it was like I said, it was like being hit by a truck head on. And it was a Christmas, and I was sat opposite where I am now, and the Christmas tree was about here. Christmas tree was in the window's just there, and I was sat here, and I had a fish tank where I am now, and sofa was there, and I was watching TV over there, and literally, and something just triggered me on TV, and it just hit me like, oh my god, I've had the most, really, really invasive surgery. I could have died on the operating table, but I had it done, blah blah blah, whatever like that. And and it took me that long to come to terms with the fact that my body had changed to be in sync with my mind, and it took me that long. But these people that are not happy with it aren't happy with themselves anyway. So they think that as soon as the surgery's done, bang, everything's all hunky-dory, white picket fences around a little cottage, all red roses, all and clambering all over the front of the door, around the door, and little birds and little Snow White and everything like that, little birds whistling around your head, and little deer and fawns helping you with the housework and whatnot, and beavers and whatever. Beavers is another word. But you get my gist. And it's not like that at all, because whatever crap you had before surgery is still going to be there post-surgery, regardless of what it was, regardless of what it is. It doesn't magically disappear as soon as you have your surgery. If you had crap with people out in the street before you had surgery, you're still going to get crap with people in the street after surgery. But it's your way, instead of walking with your head down before surgery because it still didn't feel complete, you're walking with your head held high because all the surgery's done, everything's in sync, blah, 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 whatever like that, and you feel perfect. It's all you, and you feel the real you, and that's what's happened to me. And Simba, leave it be, please. Come on. Thank you. He's got this bloody thing about out there in the patio. Don't know what it is. I've got a big tree by the window over there, and he's forever going over there sniffing, and it's for night time. I've taken him out there to have a look, and there's nothing there. I've been out there with the watch, there's nothing there. It's just something to do with the tree over night time. I really don't know what it is, but anyway, and the tree doesn't exude any scents or anything like that because it's got no leaves and no flowers in it at the moment. So, but anyway, come and lie down, please, Simba. Thank you. Good boy, lie down. And going back to the surgery, everything around you don't change. It's your attitude towards things that change, and your way of seeing things change because everything is in sync, and your body's in harmony. Is in harmony with your mind and everything, and it's really weird. It's hard to explain. And somebody said to me once, because I burst into tears about having surgery, and they said, "Oh, so you just don't know what's going on in here," and they said, "Well, help me, help me understand then, Tony." And you can't understand what's going on in here because you can try and get people to understand a little bit, but you're not living in my head, as it were. You're not living in their head. It's the same with addicts. You don't know what it's like to be an addict unless you've been an addict yourself. You don't know about mental health unless you've suffered from mental health issues yourself, like PTSD or whatever like that. You can understand more because you've been there and you're going through it, and that is understanding. But these two people saying that what they did was wrong is that they're not happy with themselves, and they thought that they would be happier as female, portrayed as female, and this one named Alex on Twitter kept harping on about women's rights and everything. And I don't want to take away the fight the women have had to get to where they are today. There's a lot more fighting to do. There's loads more progress to happen, but I don't want to take that away. So that's why I keep calling myself a trans woman. And my cisgendered female friends keep saying, don't call yourself transgender because you had surgery. And that's what I was told years ago. As soon as I've had surgery, you're not trans anymore. And if anybody calls you a trans woman, I'm telling them off, no, I am a woman. But in order for me to think that, I wasn't born female. I was born female in the brain, in the mind, but not in body. So I didn't have to go through the struggle of what female-born mind and body have been through, and I do not want to take that away. Never will. If they're happy with me calling myself a trans woman, albeit, or the third gender, that's fine. I don't mind at all, because I'm happy within myself to be called whatever. And I've said before, you can call me whatever you like, as long as you don't call me after midnight, because I'm in bed. Anyway. But yes, seriously, that. Because Mummy laughed, and he's over coming over. So why is Mummy laughing? But yes, so what I'm saying is, be true to yourself. If things aren't working out for you, don't take it out on the world. Don't take it out on anybody else, because if they're not working out for you, they're not working out for you. And the reason might be you with you. Look within yourself. Look towards yourself, and don't get angered out there. And well, anyway, and this Alex person was very pro-conservative, and people like that, and everything negative about everybody else, anything racist, they liked, and everything. And so that says a lot about this person, doesn't it? That person, doesn't it? You know, so they're not happy with who they are, so therefore they take it out on everybody else. And that's what I said on the last tweet, and they haven't answered back. It's not our fault you're not happy. So stop taking it on others. I'm surprised they haven't blocked me, but maybe they have. I don't know. I haven't bothered checking, because you know, so it's not affecting me. But people like that might affect other people that are trying to find help. It's the same with anybody that's suffering with mental health issues. If they listen to somebody that's saying, oh, there's no such thing as mental health. And there are people out there that say, oh, there's no such thing as mental health. You know, and if you listen to them, you are going to think to yourself, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. But whereas there is. And it also gives a bad name for people who are suffering from those issues. And with this person that isn't happy, and they are saying, they did mention about not that gender reassignment surgery should not be done at all. We should stick to what we were born with, blah blah blah, and whatever like that, and only because they weren't happy. So if you listen to people like that, you won't get the help you need, and your life will be disastrous. So do you listen to yourself and get help and whatever. So you know, so just be careful, because there are charlatans out there, and there are charlatans out there anyway for anything and everything. So anyway, look, I've got to go. This is a bit shorter because my dinner's getting ready. I can smell it now. So it's just a beef patty with some Wensleydale and some stuff all over it. So, but anyway, speak to you soon, and I will carry on with this talk. So talk to you later. Bye bye.